What is up, folks at home? Welcome back to the channel. It's winter time and a tube is deadly. Today we're going to talk about how to rig it and fish it. Let's go. So first way to rig a tube, simple ball head jig, simple finesse tube. Literally you're gonna split those tentacles out on that tube, and a lot of guys like to put scent in here or rattles, but by and large you're just going to push that all the way down, make sure that that tube is seated right where you want to have that bait, and then all you're gonna do is press that jig head eye through there. So that is a simple way to rig a tube right there, and you can catch a lot of fish, but there are different ways to do this. So there's one way to rig a tube. Second way to rig a tube, you can straight up Texas rig a tube with a weight. Say you're fishing and you're flipping heavy vegetation, you can Texas rig that tube. So you're gonna just pass that through just like that. And the trick with this is you want to go all the way through both layers of the tube and then out the other side. So that is a Texas rig tube right there. You can twitch it. You can do a whole lot of things with it. You can add whatever weight you want to add to it, but that is another way to rig a tube. Now, a tube jig head insert, just like this, if I'm fishing smallmouth country or I want to get that tube really deep or I'm fishing a regular tube, I like anywhere from a 1/4 ounce to 3/8 ounce to a 1/2 ounce on a windy day. You just shove that tube right up in there, just like that. Then the thing you want to do, if you put that eye out deeper, it's gonna get a end like that and it's gonna fall funny. What you want to do is you want to make sure that that tube is all the way up there. It's gonna sit on the bottom better as you pull it through. If you rig that bait where it's coming halfway out, your hookup ratio is gonna be bad because fish tend to eat this when it's on the bottom, and if they eat the tentacles, you're not gonna hook up as well. They eat that body of that as they pull it in like that. They're gonna eat that and hook up a lot better. You also have tube rigs like this, right? So let's take this tube out of here. When I have a free swinging weight like this on a tube, it's made to be rigged Texas. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass this through from the bottom. I'm gonna work it all the way up the body of the tube, and I'm gonna come out right at the head where I want that tube to come out. And then I'm gonna pull that through just like that. And what I end up getting is a tube that can be rigged Texas. So what I'm gonna do now is find where that hook goes in, fold that tube, pull it back through, and voila, now I have a hidden weight Texas rigged tube, just like that. The last way that you can rig this, you can add longer hooks in, you can stupid tube rig, you can do a lot of things, but I prefer the hidden weight Texas rig versus that, or just a straight up Texas rig if I'm fishing heavy cover. If not, I'm fishing that open jig head just like that. So let's head underwater and check these bad boys out. All right, up first you have the unweighted Texas rig tube, and as you can see, this bait falls super slow. I like to throw this on sunny days in the winter when the fish are up shallow, sunning on hard cover structure situations. It's a super slow tube. It comes through any of that vegetation, leaves, junk on the bottom that you can see, but it is a super finesse, super slow presentation that you want in the winter when the water is cold. This also works really good when bass are on beds or up shallow after ice out. It's just a slow, methodical presentation that works good. In contrast, here you have a tube insert jig head, and this is going to be hugging the bottom in deep water structure. This is the best way to throw the tube, right? If you're cracking a tube on those grass humps, ledges, and points out there in the cold, this is a fantastic way to get bit. Also the most common way to fish a tube out there. Up next here, we've got the difference in a slow fall and a fast fall. With that tube insert head, it's going to fall fast and hug the bottom. With no insert, it's going to fall really slow. Here is that Texas rigged internal weight rig, and as you can see, it's going to have a more horizontal presentation on the bottom. And what that does is it allows you to come through cover much better around wood. I really like this presentation. If I want a bottom crawling presentation, that internal weight with the Texas rig on it is really nice. Where I don't like this is situations where you're going to be fishing a lot of bigger rocks and boulders because the tube insert head just comes through those things a little bit better. But on gravelly bottoms, hard bottom, wood, or grass, this is the way to fish the tube. It's going to fall nicely in those situations for you and absolutely get bit 9 times out of 10. Here you have the finesse tube. This is the Berkley Powerbait Maxent finesse tube. It's the 2-inch version on an 1/8 ounce jig head. This is absolutely deadly, right? It is my Ned rig in cold water. In clear water, it's deadly. If you can find smallmouth, you can absolutely wreck them with this bait. And the Maxent makes them really hold on and really want to bite that lure. There's not a better cold water finesse lure, in my opinion, than that Maxent 2-inch tube. Basically, it is a Ned rig, but it allows you to fish that finesse tube in different situations. A lot of bass these days have seen the Ned rig, and that necessarily doesn't help you in getting bit. And this is a great way to ensure that you are really presenting something to fish that is lifelike and up to, their cold water noses. This just got a lot of scent. It's got a great dead action on it, and it's a great bait to throw in cold water. If you guys like what's going on the channel right now, give us a like, subscribe. We will see you next time.
Lost him.